delegates up front here and all delegates over here, because it'll make it easier and quicker to count when we have voting. So if you are a alternate delegate or a guest sitting up here, please move back this way. You can tell any guests that are in the back or any alternates that they need to begin and fill in.
So he's changing it from
Will, do what? I got 14 seats we can fill over here next to the.
We need some people up there in those seats.
Anybody wants to take a seat over there?
I knew it wasn't going to be. Are you recording the whole thing?
Yes, I am.
Videoing?
Yes.
I've got my video camera. If you want to do it with
I'll
that.
be here with the camera if you'd rather me use the camera. You want me to use the camera?
It's been charged with a battery on me, honey. I was just.
I'll do whatever you want. I just wanted to have this to review the process for future.
Just, I'd say just go ahead and that. That'd be easier.
If it dies, we'll grab the camera.
Rita, you're an alternate.
All you do, the camera's
Is
punch a
anybody
button.
on your row that is an alternate or a delegate? That's all alternates?
I can't see him, but I hope we can hear him.
The first 3 rows here are all delegates, and everything behind here is an alternate or a guest. And everybody standing in the back fits that category. And there's no one else checking in.
That's all the people.
All right, let's,
2 delegates out.
all right, after these 2 come in and get seated if you're a delegate. Can we agree to cut off right here and say that we are a group? It is 15 minutes after 3. So we're 15 minutes late. All right, y'all, we're going to start our convention the way we start every meeting of the Rankin County Republican Executive Committee. I'm going to ask one of our members, Bill Miller, if he will give us an invocation, and when he finishes with the invocation, if you will stand and face the flag. Supervisor Jay Bishop is going to lead us in the pledge. Bill, please.
Heavenly Father, we do thank you for the opportunity to work together. Father, to do the business of the government that you set up. Father, give us wisdom and guidance. And Father, bless this meeting. We pray in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a seat up front, up here. I am Gary Harkins. I have been serving as the Rankin County Chairman on 2 different occasions for a total of 10 years. This will be the last time that I will be addressing you as Chairman of the Rankin County Republican Executive Committee. I have no intention of running for re-election to that post, but y'all can hold the cheers. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve. Just very briefly, I want you to know that I got involved with the Rankin County Republican Party in 1991 indirectly by working to try to elect a governor. But prior to that, we had already elected 5 Republican supervisors. And we thought Rankin County is on a roll. So we not only elected a governor, we also elected a state representative that we had defeated when he ran for supervisor in that first go-around with the first five. Everybody that's disgruntled, I want you to know, Bill Bryant wasn't happy when he lost, but he prays every day and says, "Thank you, God, for unanswered prayer." Because he went on to win a position as a state representative, and y'all all know the rest of the story on film. But I've worked with a lot of wonderful people throughout the county. We've had a lot of people to come and go on our committee. The Rankin, so you'll know the Rankin County Executive Committee has a capacity to have 36 people as members. We dedicate 25 slots to the 5 different supervisor districts. We don't hold those slots open forever. We give everybody a chance to fill them, but eventually we add people at large and we move them to make room for more people at large. It's been rare that we've approached and held 36 people. People get on and they realize that all we do is either do fundraisers or do elections, and neither one of them are too much fun. But I thank all of you for coming here today and showing interest in this organization and wanting to be involved. And at this point in time, I'm going to as temporary chairman, I'm going to ask our nominating chairman, Raymond Duke, to give us a recommendation for a permanent convention chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Gary Harkins as the permanent chair, big chair.
Second.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Wesley Wilson.
Hold on a minute. I got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no.
No!
Division of the House.
The ayes have it, but I will entertain a motion. What do you say?
Call for division of the House.
Second.
Second.
Got a second?
Go by hand.
Raise a hand.
Individual count.
That's what I was thinking to say before you interrupted.
Take
All
the
right,
baby
he's asked for a
outside.
show of hands, and he's got a second. All in favor of the show of hands, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. All right, there you go. So we're gonna have a show of hands, so all in favor, I need to appoint some counters. Sheriff, would you mind being a counter? How about you, sir? You look like you
A
can
show
count.
of hands.
All right, everybody that is for the motion, stand up and hold your hand up so he can count you unless you are disabled.
Motion, Gary, repeat the motion.
We're only dealing with, right now, we're dealing with me.
Being the
Permanent chairman.
Permanent chairman. For this.
That's right. That's the only motion we got other than his to,
So do not raise your hand.
divide the house.
Do not raise your hand.
All in favor, stand up, of me being the permanent chairman.
No, you don't. No, 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 no. You aren't, baby. No, no. You don't want him. No.
They want him to be the chair.
You can't tell somebody to stand up, Mr. Cox. You can't tell somebody.
Someone is,
Or sit
thinks they're,
down.
someone thinks they're an alternate.
Oh,
Someone
alternate.
thinks they're an alternate that has been brought up as a delegate and needs to move forward. Whoever addressed me, that is what we're doing. We're being sure that it's done correctly. Ms.
That's
Phillips,
me.
would you come up? You are not an alternate. You were brought up because the delegate did not show up. Thank you.
Okay.
There's a better way you can count the votes.
We have 65 in agreement. Those opposed, please stand.
Charlene? Choose the.
Vote is 65 to 39. As your permanent convention chairman, I'm gonna appoint Leslie Lee right here to be the secretary of this convention to take notes in the minutes. Ms. Leslie Lee is the head of the Public Defender's Office in the state of Mississippi for a little while longer before she retired. But in any event, she'll do a good job of taking minutes, I'm sure.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion, please.
You're out of order. Have a seat. Raymond
Do not
Duke.
accept the motions this time, Mr. Chairman.
Raymond Duke, would you please give a
Point of information.
remote report?
Yes,
From the nominating committee.
Yes, I'd like to recommend the following members for executive committee: Kristen Bain, Carolyn Vogler, Bill Miller, Dana Stringer, Troy Odom, Leslie Lee, Mike Lucius, Brett Kittredge, Bill Russell, Truett Grubbs, Steve Armstrong, Bo Cox, Kristen Wyndham, Gene Newman, and Missy Zebra. Those are the 15.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to accept that by Slay.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to suspend the rules.
Just a minute. Mister, I'm gonna get to you in a minute, but let me finish right here.
Mr. Chairman, why was this motion held before mine?
No, you can't do that.
I remain standing at the previous motion, sir.
And I second.
No, you didn't.
I remain
I
standing
did
and had the
not,
previous
I
motion.
did not recognize you, please. You don't have to be recognized. You're gonna get a chance to vote.
Mr. Chairman,
There's more than one to be nominated vote for.
By the way,
that is a slate, sir. That's the
hold
slate.
on. I am gonna appoint
I make a
this
motion.
gentleman right here. Craig
One at a
Slay
time.
is gonna be our parliamentarian. Craig works with the Robert's Rules of Order and the Rankin County Board of Supervisors every week. I don't.
Point of information, Mr. Slay.
I'll hear your point of information.
Within the rules, Robert's Rules of Order, my motion was not recognized.
The chair didn't recognize you for your motion. You have to be recognized by the chair in order for the
You
motion.
did it so quickly.
Why did he go to someone for
The chair
another
is in
motion?
control of the floor. He gave the floor to Mr. Duke. Mr. Duke put a motion on the table, and there's a second. It's time for
He stood before that.
either a calling of the
Choose to be blind.
question.
Choose to be blind.
Okay.
I appeal the chair's decision, do I?
I second.
I appeal the chair's decision.
Okay. They can vote on that, can't they?
Vote on that.
All right. You're appealing the chair's decision to recognize Raymond Duke or Troy Odom.
To not recognize.
To not
his motion.
recognize me first when I made a motion, Mr. Chairman.
All right. So if you want me to recognize him, stand up. And raise your hand. Everybody raise your hand. There are people standing back here all day. No alternates are allowed to vote on this.
Mr. Chair, I see individuals raising 2 hands. I bring caution to that.
Only one hand, please.
I can see that you said that.
There's a young lady right here.
Sorry, I was videoing with one
Oh,
hand.
okay,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I was videoing one hand, holding one hand up. I can do this. Sorry.
Okay. Both of y'all got the same jury box? All right?
We got it.
Jury box. We got it. Okay, now sit down, and all of those who are opposed.
What was that number, Mr. Chairman?
55.
55, thank you.
All of those who are opposed to his motion, now would you please stand and raise your hand, but only one. Did y'all- No.
To not recognize. Simple majority for that, no. Because it was a,
We don't have a majority. Does it require a majority? That's what makes which motion.
okay, what was the motion?
The motion was to recognize, it's like an amendment to the motion. Yeah, it should have been. Yeah, so it's an amendment to the motion. I think it only takes a majority. You see it? It's just.
58.
Oh, that was convenient, 55 to 58.
Motion failed. Now, Troy Odom, your motion.
Keep it up.
I had the motion to accept the recommendation of the nominating committee for the members of the executive committee.
Second.
Got a second. Who's that second? Mike Lucas, right behind. All right, we got a motion to accept the report of the nominating committee and to elect those people to the Rankin County Republican Executive Committee. All in favor, stand up, raise your hand.
So we don't have to use the votes.
I don't want to hold my hand up because I'm scared they'll count me. I don't want to hold my phone up to video because they'll count my hand. How did that happen?
Now you have 8 more years of Obama. It's gonna be white and 15.
I mean, the next one. Next one was on my motion.
Sixty-nine in favor. Those opposed, please stand and hold your hand up. 69 in favor of the motion.
You're getting all this recorded, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, not this time.
We got 38 on that.
All right, the motion, vote vote is 69 in favor, 38 opposed. The motion carries. Congratulations, you have all elected a new Republican Executive Committee, and currently I'm not on. Raymond, would you give us the report of the nominating committee on the delegates for the state Republican convention in Jackson on May 13th and 14th, 2016?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate the following slate as delegates: Carolyn Bogler, Brett Kittredge, Gary Harkins, Dana Stringer, Troy Odom, Mike Lucius, Jeremy McNitch, Steve Armstrong, Marty Miller, Bill Russell, Kristen Wyndham, Leslie Lee, Bo Cox, and Lee Wilkins.
Second.
Point of information, I be recognized.
Second.
Mr. Parliamentarian.
A motion and a second
Second.
right there. If you got a point of information, he can ask about, for information concerning the status of the procedure.
Okay.
Sir, I was standing the entire time like we were, was not recognized. Want to be recognized.
Mr. Duke was definitely standing. I recognized him standing. The chair recognized him for his motion. The motion was.
Mr. Slate, point of order.
Gary, do it right. Come on, you can do it.
Sir, I was standing before anybody else was and had my hand raised.
Okay.
The chair controls the floor. He recognized Mr. Duke. Mr. Duke put a motion on the table and it was seconded. Unless it's time for debate,
Point of order.
it's time to move forward with either call the question or
Mr. Harkins, point of order, please.
we
So I
can,
can understand
if
the
the chair
process.
recognizes him, he can be heard on point of order. If the chair does not recognize him, we move forward with either debate or a call the question.
I apologize, I didn't hear him say he doesn't recognize me. I'd like to be, you choosing to decline a point of order, sir?
I am choosing to listen to you for no more than 30 seconds.
My point of order is that you recognize him for a report. He did not make a motion or nominate. He stated a report, and that was what you asked for.
Yes,
I did
ma'am.
not hear you open the floor for nominations.
That's just a debatable issue about semantics. He clearly, that is clearly in the form of a motion. That is a motion, right? If the chair recognizes that as a motion, that is a motion on the floor.
That's dirty.
All right, we've heard his point of order. I recognize the motion, I recognize the second, I call for the vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. No! Ayes have it. I recognize the division of the House. We're gonna have a standing vote.
You don't have any order.
There is no order. Point of order.
No.
Division of the House. Recognize. Come on, guys. Process.
All in favor, stand up, raise your hand.
In favor of
We are voting on the motion and the second that is here. To either approve this motion and second, or we're not. And first of all, we're voting to approve it. All in favor, raise your hand, stand up. Let's
that democracy?
We're not going by democracy here.
Certainly we are. Everybody's getting well right.
You should be ashamed of
Everything you thought y'all enjoyed.
I counted 59.
All opposed, stand, raise your hand.
It's gonna be funny if you lose. We don't wind up going I guess it's a Rankin County joke, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Feeling good right now?
I feel real good.
That's good. I got a lot of good years ahead of me too. I hope so.
I'll enjoy 8 more years with Obama. Obama will give you 8 more years.
Count 49. What is in there?
Vote is 59-49, the motion passes, and delegates elected. Raymond Duke, would you give us a report from the nominating?
Yes, I'd like to make the motion.
Cannot hear. Point of order.
Mr. Chairman, I still have the floor.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion the following alternates slate be accepted. They are Craig Slay, Jerry Mannery, Terry Reeves, Valerie Clearman, Carrie Abernathy, Rita Ray, Dean Kirby, Josh Harkins, Mark Baker, John Moore, Tom Weathersby, Ray Rogers, Brent Powell, and Dick Hall.
Hi, Jeff.
I make a second, and I make a motion.
All right, you got a second. And a motion.
I thought we were voting today.
All in favor, stand up, and if you're in favor of the vote, we're gonna go ahead and decide.
Wait a minute. He's just nominated.
You said you just recognized the objection, Mr. Chair. You have.
You can't vote on the slate, you gotta vote on the
I recognize the second.
You only
To the
recognize one
motion.
person.
She made a motion.
300 people
Everybody
here.
comes.
Hey, we're gonna let everybody vote.
You got everybody speak?
Yeah,
We're speaking, we're getting a report from
I think
the,
your definition of we is a little bit different than the normal definition of we, sir.
and everybody here is getting a chance to vote.
Does anybody have the emergency number? Maybe we should call the GOP. This is ridiculous. We cannot get representation like this. We can't. You have
Okay.
made motion after motion. I make a motion for something else, anything.
Well, I thought you said second.
I did, but you didn't recognize it, so I'm not really sure what we're recognizing.
Well, we had a motion, and I was looking for a second.
She seconded an objection,
That's
sir.
already done.
Redneck Joe.
Second.
My understanding is she seconded an objection.
I did second an objection.
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Well, that's because you don't ask what you seconded the motion for. I seconded the objection.
I know.
Thank
But
you.
he seconded the motion.
But I
That
seconded the
that
objection
was what
first.
was in order, okay? So we have a motion
And
and
then I
a
called for
second
point of
on the
order.
floor.
Substitute
And I
motion.
called for
Substitute motion, second, substitute motion.
I'm calling for the vote. All in favor,
I
stand up,
object
raise
to
your
the
hand.
vote.
If
I asked
you
the
are in
chair who
favor
on the
of
substitute
this
motion.
You did not rule.
Second.
Second.
Mr. Slade, the substitute motion allowed.
But we
Not before I made a
weren't when it
substitute
started.
Make a motion be dismissed.
I make a motion to dismiss.
Yeah, within the rules. That's what we need to do. I guess this is typical South.
Hi now, don't be going there.
this is why we need
This is the National Democratic Party, this ain't the GOP.
I don't think we need
It's gonna be YouTube.
We're gonna put Hillary in office.
Keeps going away.
Both got it 61.
61 in favor. All opposed, stand and raise your hand.
like on.
He's right there.
As usual.
Let's see.
But it's not here.
And 48 against, the motion carried. Now, yes, ma'am.
I would like to know, what is the whole purpose of the whole county convention if everybody is not?
I call a point of order. I can't hear.
When we do request to be recognized, we're being ignored. We are people too, we're voters in this county as well, and have a right to have some say whether you disagree or we disagree with you.
Well, I know you do.
And-
I appreciate it.
You're
not recognized.
You're not recognized, I right to vote.
Everybody here that, for the last, several weeks, there have been 3 competing factions trying to get people to go to the precincts to elect delegates and alternate delegates to come to this convention.
So that's
And
bad?
that was done
democracy.
throughout the county at 50 precincts. All right, those people who were elected in a democratically fashioned process, everybody had a chance to show up at their precinct, everybody had a chance to vote, everybody had a chance to bring all their friends and neighbors. They even went out in my neighborhood and threw, flyers out, on houses, on door fronts. We published it on the, internet. It went all over. I've gotten probably 100 emails or even more, last night and this morning from people from Gulfport to Olive Branch, Mississippi, wanting to be delegates to the state convention. So I know that everybody has had an opportunity to know that we were having precinct caucuses. It was posted legally on the courthouse bulletin board. We've had the precinct caucuses. We've got the delegates here. The delegates have voted. Has any delegate failed to get to vote?
That was irrelevant to the
Just failed to
comment.
get the nomination.
No one had a chance to vote no.
We got to vote
Did
on
everybody get a chance to vote no on all?
We did not get a chance to vote on individual delegates. We voted on what you wanted to run through. It's about us too. We're here.
So what I will tell you is that you failed to win the votes here today.
That's because it's stacked against us.
That's because it's rigged, Dale.
You hear our motions. You never heard our motions.
If you had voted no,
We
we
did
would
vote
have
no.
had to go for
But there wasn't enough
another
of you voting no.
slate of delegates.
I will say,
I'll tell you this, and I'm like Carolyn, she can leave it out.
the Rankin County Republican Party.
I'm sorry if y'all are disappointed, but we have concluded the business of.
We're gonna be disappointed in November.
Ready to adjourn.
Please, everyone.
No.
May I speak?
Yes, you can speak as soon as, this gentleman right here
No.
has got a motion to adjourn.
This is what's not fair. The people are mad because y'all will not listen. We could all work together.
All right, now we got a motion to adjourn.
And I do not second it. No. And I don't recognize it.
This will be appealed.
It doesn't matter. The DOT is multiple.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn.
You said that you would listen to the motion.
You have divided the county.
Say aye.
What do we vote no? What do we vote
There's one man in front who's running for the rest of the state.
He just tried to make Russ the chairman, and the chairman said he wanted him after. He said he didn't know after we voted.
No, but they didn't count the, they didn't count the, I didn't hear the no from there.
I just got to go to the bathroom. I can't go.
Why don't you go up front?
They know you're voting.
Is this what they believe?
58 votes for, 59 for, all against.
One guy that is not GOP. Yeah.
We still for
He's already
From Harkins going down
Forty-one against.
Yeah, me too.